Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I want to talk about why Roy Moore is our last best hope for the state of Alabama, and especially the 2018 Senate GOP race, because this race is going to be extremely decisive on whether or not the Republicans continue to control the United States Senate and control the government. I think the United States will be able to hold the House. However, the Senate's a lot more iffy, and Roy Moore really needs to win in order to retain the Senate. So, the current child abuse, sexual abuse scandals are really destroying Roy Moore in the polls recently. However, the pollsters seem to be not doing so well, because if you look at the polls, which I'll show you in just a second, they are all over the place. They're everywhere from +7 Roy Moore to +5 for the Democrat. They're all over. I've never seen such huge gaps within polling. So I think this has a lot to do with the ineffective polling at a local level and by our current pollsters. So I don't think any of the polls are necessarily right. However, I think the Republicans will have a significant advantage because Alabama is one of the most conservative, one of the most GOP-friendly states in the whole entire country, and the Democrats never get elected currently, other than they're in the Black Belt areas, which have relatively low populations, with the exception of Birmingham. So I think that Roy Moore has numbers on his sides, but he needs to keep himself, he needs to continue denying the allegations. Personally, I think the allegations are just, cocked up by the Democrats in order to get him out of office. So he's already a controversial candidate to begin with, but without any controversy, a Republican always wins in Alabama. So they see this as opportunity. So they brought up a bunch of 6 ambiguous stories that he really can't prove, and neither can they, it looks like. I think the letters are false. I don't think there's any merit to any of their concerns, because it just doesn't make any sense. First of all these allegations happened 30 to 40 years ago, so it's all he said, she said at this point. And Roy Moore has had dozens of elections. I mean, not dozens. I think it's like a dozen elections or so, where Roy Moore has been on a national stage and has been elected at the highest levels in Alabama. And why haven't these allegations come out sooner? He's a man in power. It's an easy target for the Democrats if he actually did. So what I think they used is the whole entire Harvey Weinstein thing to use as an excuse to get Roy Moore. And I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working at all. I think a few people were convinced of this. However, I think that's starting to change as he's constantly denying it. And now I think the GOP is now back on his side. Trump just recently endorsed him, according to this NPR article here. The RNC is restoring his financial support. They're giving him a lot of help, so I think that he's convinced them that he is innocent. And that's enough for me to confirm my beliefs that this is just a liberal conspiracy to get him not elected. And that makes a whole lot of sense, because this is the key. Just pretty much, if we keep Alabama, it's a lock. We keep the majority because we have Pence, and I think that the Republicans have a good chance of picking up 1 or 2 seats in deep red Missouri, deep red North Dakota, and also in Montana, which is a little less likely, and even West Virginia if we get lucky. Joe Manchin is just rather popular there. So we'll see what happens. But I think Roy Moore has a really good chance. And on to the polls. Let me show you. This is the RCP average. Currently we have a Moore 2.3, but look at these polls. We see +7 Moore, which is huge leads. That's not competitive. Not at all, really. And then we see Jones +4. So Jones +1, really. Because we got to think about margin of error. +3, +6, +3, +5. This is all over the place. And you can even go, if you go look before the allegations, so right, let me scroll up. What is, you go right about the allegation, he's winning by a significant margin, and then the allegations start to rock him, and then he just plummets as more and more people come out. And then right about here, November 27th, this is when he starts to regain his endorsements. I think this whole entire stupid thing where the guy goes in the church and calls him a child abuser, I think he handled that really professionally. And it's really stupid by the moronic left to pull something like that. And I think it really hurt them, and I think that little bump helped, and now Trump endorses him. Now he's shooting up. Interesting, now they're both dipping. But I think has a good chance of winning, and his chances will increase as long as the GOP keeps going, and as long as he contains that he is innocent. And the fact, I believe him, because if you look at the other scandals, they just admit it and right away. Weinstein, all sorts of people, Charlie Rose, all these sex scandals are just rocking the Democratic elite in Hollywood. Al Franken. I really hope Al Franken gets kicked out of the Senate. No, that's not going to happen. They protect their own out in the Senate. Plus, the Democrats would never. They would just say this is partisan. But I would say Del Moore has a good chance. I think Roy Moore is necessary for the Republicans, and I mean, he's a man of integrity, a man of character, and I think he'll do a great job representing the state of Alabama, and helping the conservative cause. I don't think there's anything. The other person, Doug Jones, is just a loony. He's just another left-wing nut. And I don't think he's really appealing to very many Democrats. I, however, think he'll get more of the vote than normal. I think he's going to get around 40, 41, 42% of the vote, just like they have him down here. And that's good news for the Democrats, but it's not a permanent trend. So that's my thoughts on Roy Moore. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them. If you disagree with them, also, please, I'll try to answer you. And if you do leave criticism, I like constructive criticism. That really helps me improve my channel, and feel free to challenge me. That's what makes my ideas better. So, thank you guys for watching my video, and have a great day.